Hi everyone, this is George. Welcome back to my library, and today we're going to talk about Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. So this novel was published in 1868. My edition is in two parts. So the first part came out in 1868 and the second part came out in 1869. The first part had so much success that the audience demanded to know what happens further on with the story. The two novels fit very well together, and the transition between the first part and the second part is very smooth, and that is not an easy thing to achieve. The writing is so smooth that you can barely feel the passing of chapters. The story is about the March sisters. We have Meg, Amy, Beth, and Jo. At the beginning of the story, we are introduced to the girls within their home. We see them collaborate, we see them communicate to each other, and pretty much everything happens within the house. So it's a very, let's say, minimalistic setting. We see their relationship, we see their personalities individually, we see the relationship they have with their mother. As we watch these girls entertain themselves in the house, we find out how creative they are, how intelligent they are, how brilliant, and what an ambition and passion for life they have. As the story goes, they befriend their neighbor, Laurie, and he becomes a part of their daily activities and sort of a protege of the girls. He grows up with them and they care much about his well-being and about him carrying on and doing a good job in the world as well. He's from a rich family while they are poor, and I believe that their influence on him also helped his personality and helped him grow into the person that he later becomes in the novel. They say the novel is also semi-autobiographical because when Louisa May Alcott wrote the story, she was very much inspired by her life and her sisters. The character Jo is the one who resembles her most. Jo is also aiming to become a writer, a very good writer. She's more of a tomboy. She doesn't act very girly. She doesn't like to follow the main rules of society. She's very superficial when it comes to following what the society expects of her as a young lady. Meg is the most feminine one. We see them grow and play and dream, and each one of them is manifesting their personalities individually within these little games or little acts that they do as the first part goes along. The main course of the novel is pretty much seeing these girls following their ambition all the way to the end. There is a chapter called Castles in the Air where all five of these characters, Laurie included, are outside playing and working at the same time and discussing about their dreams, and all of them individually say that they would like to get to their castle in the air. The castle in the air being their ambition, being what they want to achieve at some point in their lives. And the novel subtly shows you their journey to get there. I want to share with you their castles in the air and talk about them afterwards. After I'd seen as much of the world as I want to, I'd like to settle in Germany and have just as much music as I choose. I'm to be a famous musician myself, and all creation is to rush to hear me. And I'm never to be bothered about money or business, but just enjoy myself and live for what I like. That's my favorite castle. I should like a lovely house, full of all sorts of luxurious things, nice food, pretty clothes, handsome furniture, pleasant people, and heaps of money. I am to be mistress of it and manage it as I like, with plenty of servants, so I never need work a bit. How I should enjoy it! For I wouldn't be idle, but do good, and make everyone love me dearly. I'd have a stable full of Arabian steeds, rooms piled with books, and I'd write out of a magic inkstand so that my works should be as famous as Laurie's music. I want to do something splendid before I go into my castle. Something heroic or wonderful that won't be forgotten after I'm dead. I don't know what, but I'm on the watch for it and mean to astonish you all someday. I think I shall write books and get rich and famous. That would suit me, so that is my favorite dream. Mine is to stay at home safe with father and mother and help take care of the family. Since I had my little piano, I am perfectly satisfied. I only wish we may all keep well and be together, nothing else. I have lots of wishes. But the pet one is to be an artist and go to Rome and do fine pictures and be the best artist in the whole world. Now, this might sound a bit superficial to your ears, but don't forget this is 1868. This is a period of civil war. These girls were of a poor family. Considering the situation they're in, it's very admirable. Also, I might add, they are women. Their rights were limited, and to achieve all the things that these girls wanted to achieve was very hard without the help of a rich man to get married into. Or at least this is what they were advised. Aunt March was a rich woman. She was alone, but she had a fortune to work on. So practically she afforded to be alone. She afforded not to get married because of her wealth. You can tell that the two parts were two different novels at some point. The first part ends on a really good note. You actually feel everything that started in the first part having a conclusion at the end. And then the second part of the novel starts 3 years after the action of the first one. And the first chapter is meant to just fill the gaps of what happened in those 3 years. And then just carrying the story on forwards from there. The writing is the same. Like I said, it has a very subtle tone that is so well made. It's incredible. The story doesn't fall into melodrama. It has the same likely tone while keeping itself grounded. As the girls mature, they deal with the hardships of life, and the novel does a really great job at encapsulating all the contradictions that come with life. The joy, the sorrow, the loss of your family members, the beauty of being together, the love, the sorrows, the heartbreaks, everything. You have everything in there, but all on a grounded level. It is very easy for you to relate to everything that's going on in there. And the life lessons that Marmee gives to the girls are something that are meant for you to also listen to and take by as you go along. It's extremely beautiful. I want to end this by just sharing a story with you of what happened to me, I think last week. I was at school having my lunch break, and I was sitting with my colleagues in the teacher's room. And at some point we started talking about the books that we read and so on. One of the teachers was reading a book, and we started talking about it. And then eventually I told him that right now I'm reading Little Women, and that's most likely going to be my next review. And they also read it, and they started talking about it. And at some point, one of the teachers say something. My reaction was, wait, what happened? You know that I didn't finish this book, right? You know that what? And I was crushed. Like, I think I had 5 or 10 minutes just trying to comprehend what she just told me. And I kept thinking, like, oh my God, whoa, how does this happen? How does it go? Wait, what do you mean? And we started joking about it further on, saying that you guys crushed me and all these things. But later on, while going back home, I started thinking, like, how amazing it is that how something fictional can make you feel like this. How powerful stories are, that they make you empathize to something so much that in the end you feel crushed for something that isn't real. I really hope you will give it a chance and go through it and feel what I felt while reading it. It's very emotional, it plays with your feelings a lot, and at the end you just feel satisfied with life itself. So don't miss on that. Don't miss on it. If you would like to hear more book reviews, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments or any suggestions on what to read next or how to improve my videos, I'll be very happy to read them in the comment section. I wish you all the best and just keep reading.